What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Mod Squad Network's Layeth the Squad Down. I am your host, Kevin. Joining me, as always, is Steve.
What's going on, everybody? How we doing?
Doing good here.
Stand back. There's a hurricane coming through California.
Yeah, how are you doing, by the way,
It's
with
just
that?
raining. It's just raining. It's
I
nothing
gotcha.
bad. And I don't even think it's raining now. It rained all last night. I don't think it's raining at all right now. But we're good.
Oh, good. All right, let's start this show off with the sponsors. We have Skullectomy by Jolt 7 Studios. Go check them out. Amazing work, amazing person. Go check her out. Definitely worth it. Go check out Straka Art. He has some amazing art. Very cool, very talented. Yeah, it's really good work. Make sure you check out our shirts. You can scan that QR code and take it. It'll take you straight to the place to order the shirts.
I believe it's
And
called a website. It'll take you right
yeah,
to the website.
well, it's Facebook. It takes you straight to Facebook, and there's a
Which,
way to order it. Yeah,
which I believe
is
is
a
a
website.
website.
Here's also the shirt QR code. Our shirt of the month is the Mario inspired gamer shirt. Go check that out. It's a me, Mario.
It's a me, a Mod Squad.
There you go. All right, let's start off this week with Raw, shall we?
Oh, baby, I like it raw.
Oh,
Oh,
baby, I
baby, I
like
like
it
it
raw.
raw.
Uh, the Judgment Day kicked off the show without Finn Balor. They came down to the ring, and Damian Priest was questioning why is Finn not there. He's like, "We're here. He should be here." But you know what? Let's move on and stuff like that. Um, oh, Bullet Bill flying across the screen, guys. Sami Zayn then come out. No, I'm sorry. JD McDonough came out to deliver a message
Just
saying
JD McDonough.
JD McDonough. What'd I say?
McDonough? It might be
Oh,
McDonough. I don't
so
know. I liked him as his other gimmick. I forget his other gimmick right now, but I liked his other one.
JD came out and instead
Delivering a message from Finn.
from Finn, and but Rhea's like, "Hey, we don't take orders from anyone who's not in the Judgment Day." Sami Zayn then came down and started attacking JD. The Judgment Day actually made no effort. It was really funny. Like Sami Zayn came down and JD was kind of like jumped in the ring and like reached for help, and the Judgment Day were just standing there like, "We're not helping you." It was fun. It was funny as hell.
I like how they're
Um,
doing this JD trying to join the Judgment Day because he's friends with Finn. Because him
I
and
don't.
Finn know each other.
I don't think JD's mentioned about wanting to be, but you can see he's trying to
Well, that's what
wedge his way in.
the commentators all of Raw have been like, last week, JD trying to join the Judgment Day, trying to show his loyalty.
Trying.
That's what commentators were saying the whole time. I'm just
Uh,
going off commentary.
but Sami Zayn came down, and JD actually got the upper hand on him by attacking the elbow that he injured last week. Um, and that is going to be your first match of the night as well, because then the match starts Sami Zayn versus JD, with Sami Zayn picking up the win with a hell of a kick. Um, it was okay. It was an okay opening segment, opening match.
Is that what you think his finishing move is called? A hell of a kick?
The haluva kick. It's the haluva kick, but I like calling it the hell of a
Well,
kick.
okay, so fun story. You know how Sammy came up with the haluva kick?
I do not.
A wrestling magazine, be it Pro Wrestling Illustrated or another one, said that someone gave someone a hell of a kick, and Sammy, not having English be his first spoken language, thought it was a
Pronounced it.
haluva kick.
Well, there you go.
So it is technically both correct.
The next match is Chad Gable versus Giovanni Vinci.
Thank
Uh,
you.
actually, a good wrestling match. It was a good
Thank
wrestling
you.
match.
Yes, it was. Both of those
Uh,
gentlemen are very good at professional wrestling.
Yes. Chad Gable picks up the victory, and right after that, we get the Ring General challenging Otis to a match. And of course, Gunther picks up.
Gunther beats Otis, of course.
Yes. Next, we have Matt Riddle and Drew McIntyre versus the Viking Raiders.
Bro.
This is a like Riddle's just going around finding people to be
Partners with.
partners with.
Because
It's so
Orton
weird.
is still injured.
Yes, which is when he comes back, I can imagine the pop in the arena when he comes back. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
but the thing is when he comes back, is he gonna come back the face Randy Orton he was, or is he gonna come back making everyone think that he's face Randy Orton, and then he's gonna be the Viper that he truly is, and just completely turn on Riddle, and then we get an Orton Riddle program? I'm fine with
Doesn't
either. I'm fine
yeah,
with either.
doesn't matter. Orton's been a heel most of his career, so why not
And be
come
who
back
you
as
are.
face and immediately turn.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Drew McIntyre and Matt Riddle pick up the victory. We have Indy Hartwell versus Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley's finally having a match on Raw. But let's face it, it was almost a
A
squash.
squash.
With Rhea Ripley picking up the victory. Becky Lynch versus Trish Stratus.
With
No con.
Zoe Stark barred from ringside, right?
Yeah, yes. Zoe Stark was barred from
The minute
ringside.
I saw them go past the guardrail, I was like, "Oh, here comes Zoe," because
Yeah.
she's barred from ringside. They are once you're past that barrier, no longer ringside.
Well, it ended up being a double count out. Then they battled into the concession area, and that's where Zoe Stark ended up
Sure,
attacking and
sure.
stuff. Yeah,
Still not ringside.
correct. Next, we have Cody Rhodes versus Finn Balor, with Cody Rhodes picking up the victory. And that is your main event. Raw. In my opinion, it was a standard edition of Raw. It slightly moved some storylines forward.
But it didn't really progress towards the next pay-per-view.
No, it did not. They did. Was it on this one? It may be SmackDown.
Okay, well, what happened on SmackDown, Kevin?
SmackDown started off with the Grayson Waller effect. Dum 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 dum.
I'm not a big fan of Grayson Waller.
Grayson Waller ended up having Rey Mysterio
Booyaka,
and
booyaka.
Santos Escobar on there, and he tried to pit them between each other. Like Gray stole Santos's moment, he stole his opportunity, and Santos was having none of it. He's like, "Dude, we're family." He says,
The
and
LWO baby 444 life.
yes, and once he says, once I heal up, and then Austin Theory's music hits, of course. Austin Theory comes down, says he wants his rematch and all this, blah blah blah. And then Adam Pierce comes out and says, "Look, I have a solution." And then L.A. Knight, oh
Yeah.
yeah, comes
Let me
out.
talk to you.
He says he won. He won the battle royal at SummerSlam, and he wants an opportunity at that title. So why not him and Austin Theory battle it out for the number one contendership to the championship?
I don't like that at all because LA Knight won the battle royal, so he should just.
I agree. I agree. But next we have LA Knight versus Austin Theory for the United States Championship opportunity
Yeah.
with The Miz at ringside.
Oh.
Uh, Theory gets the victory over Knight.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. But they're pushing
LA
they're
Knight
pissing LA
has the
Knight
number.
and
LA Knight has the number 1, the number 2, and the number 3 top selling shirt on WWEshop.com.
oh my
How
god.
how are they not giving this man the push that he fucking deserves?
Well, in a way they kind of are. They're putting him with the Miz.
But are they?
They're putting him with the Miz. I mean, does he need a championship though? Does
You
he
know, you
really
know,
need a
you know who
championship?
you know who has the most losses in WWE history?
Who's that?
The Miz. Why are they putting him with LA Knight?
I don't know. Well, the Miz is entertaining. The Miz can put people over big time. So he's good at putting people over. He's not like I think the Miz does a better job of putting people over than Dolph Ziggler does. When people used to put the up and coming star against Dolph Ziggler you knew was just a he was okay on the mic. He's really good in the ring. Miz is both. Yeah, I think he's really good on the mic and he's really good in the ring.
Here you go. Really, really fast, really fast. In their careers, as of 8/3/2003, 1,280 losses, The Miz. 1,226, Kane. 1,201, Brooklyn Brawler. 1,187, Dolph Ziggler. And 1,037, Randy Orton. Those are the top 5 most losses. Following them is Big Show, Cody Rhodes, Sheamus, Kofi Kingston,
And some of those are still big stars.
and Natalia. That's the
I
top
can
10.
I can see Natalia
They give the top.
taking
They give the
losses.
top 15. Number 15 is Matt Hardy with 796. The funny thing is most of these is like half of the people on this list don't even wrestle for the company anymore. Kane,
That's true.
Big Show, Swagger, Jericho, Slater, Hardy. Yet
I know we
surprisingly, number 12 is Triple H with 837. But I digress.
yeah. Next we have Charlotte Flair and Bianca Belair versus Damage Control. In a really weird, really there was a really botched spot in this to where Charlotte was supposed to reach for Bianca for the tag and Io was supposed to break it up. Well, apparently Io forgot where she was at in the match.
Oh, she might have been
And
concussed then. Jesus.
she Charlotte had to pretend like she just fell to the ground and couldn't reach up. And then Io realized what was going on and then went over. It was weird. But Belair and Flair defeat Bailey and Sky.
And there you go.
Yeah. Then we have the Street Profits versus the OC. We finally get an appearance of the OC just to take a loss from the Street Profits. uh Paul Heyman has a little promo with about the bloodline saying that, Jimmy will be there next week. Then we have the match of the night, Edge versus Sheamus.
Oh, you're only
This was
saying that because it's Edge's last
um,
contracted match for the WWE.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm an Edge head. I've always been a fan of Edge. You yourself have stated you're a
I'm more of a
Christian guy.
Christian guy. That's
Yeah,
true. Not the
which I like
religion, but
Christian too.
not the religion, but the wrestler.
I like Christian too, but I've always liked Edge. Uh,
Listen,
but
listen. My
Edge,
favorite Edge is in U2.
okay,
It's the guitar player. The guitar player in U2 is named the Edge.
I believe you.
How do you? You're older than me. How do you not know that? I digress.
um, that is it for SmackDown. Again, no really big advances. We didn't really get the bloodline. We didn't get any of the bloodline tonight because I think they were pushing Edge's last contracted match.
You're lying.
Uh,
You're lying. The wise man was there.
okay, we get the wise man. We didn't get any. Okay, that's the only person we got from the bloodline.
The wise
But
man is
yeah,
part of the bloodline. That's why he's the
is he
wise
though?
man. That's why he's the wise man.
He's in the bloodline, but is he really in the bloodline?
Listen, there is a T-shirt that says the bloodline that Paul Heyman is on.
Okay. Okay. We'll go with that.
I'd
But
say
that
that
is
Paul Heyman.
it.
I'd say that Paul Heyman is the original member of the bloodline. Like Roman is the founding member of the bloodline, and then Paul
Okay.
Heyman, first member. Paul Heyman, wise man.
All right. We'll go with that. He's a member of the bloodline, but he's not actually blood, is what I'm saying.
Could have had transfusion.
That's true. That's true. And
I'll counter argue everything. I'll counter argue everything.
I would not put that past Paul Heyman to be
Either
in the
would I.
bloodline either.
Either would I.
All right, that is all I have for WWE.
Oh.
How about some AEW?
All right, we start off AEW. It's Wednesday night. You know what that means. It's Wednesday night Dynamite. We start off the match with Orange Cassidy taking on Wheeler Yuta for the International Championship in a great back and forth of Cassidy being the former mentor of Wheeler Yuta before he broke off into the BCC. A great back and forth, almost getting the seatbelt completely in. Yuta almost picks up a win, but in the end, Orange Cassidy is our victor with his 29th defense or something like that.
Yeah.
We
Took a beat down too. Took a beat down after the match.
He did take a beat down after the match. In an interesting twist of things, we next get the Chris Jericho Don Callis promo of Chris Jericho on whether he is joining the Don Callis family. And Don Callis is out there, and there's a nice framed photo of all the photos that he's given Chris. And Chris comes out and he goes, after a long amount of thinking, after everything we've been through, I think I want to join the Don Callis family. And Don's like, perfect, let's get out of here. Champagne, food, let's go party. Forget about that photo. And Chris is like, what about the photo? He goes, oh, it's another photo of like you, me, and bad news. But it doesn't even matter. Let's get, he goes, no, I want to see the photo. He's like, no, kid, let's get on going. Come on, let's go. And Chris goes and undoes it. And it is a photo, a painting of Don Callis holding Chris Jericho's severed head. And Callis tries to start like backpedaling. And then he goes, you know what, Chris? Yeah, you're not an easy person to get along with. You're a selfish, ego-driven bastard, and I expected you not to join the Don Callis family. In fact, you know what? You're not good enough to join the Don Callis family. And at that point, Konosuke Takeshita comes running on out and attacks Jericho, and Jericho starts getting the upper hand. And whether he's a hired hand or whether he is now a member of the Don Callis family, Will Ospreay comes running out of the audience, blindsides Jericho, and they completely get the beat down on him. Sammy Guevara comes on out to chase them away. It ends with Sammy basically above Jericho. So who knows where we're going? I think that we're going to see a third reincarnation of the Jericho Appreciation Society with Sammy staying. I do not think that a lot of the people that left are going to be coming on back. I think they'll probably go on to their own ways, doing what they want. And we will see a new reincarnation of the
Jericho Appreciation
Society. Yeah. The epitome of sports entertainment. Next we get, you get Derpy and Nick Wayne taking on the Gates of Agony, taking on Koa Khan and Toa Leona. Two of the baddest motherfuckers to ever step in the ring. And somehow Derpy picks up the goddamn win. I will say this once. I will say this again. I understand it is a predetermined sport. I understand it is not real. Have Wayne pick up.
It's real to me, damn it.
Have Wayne get the actual win. I would have rather Nick Wayne, because he was jumped by them the week before. Why Derpy had to get this goddamn pin is mind-boggling to me. I cannot stand Derpy. He does not deserve any push of any kind. There's no way that he would beat anyone in the embassy in a legitimate fight. There is no way that. We get an MJF Adam Cole promo after that of them kind of doing a Steve Irwin type gimmick.
Kangaroo kick.
MJF very much wants to hit the kangaroo kick. Tony Khan decides to put himself into a promo.
Listen, I know MJF is probably the best heel when he's a heel, but I did not realize how freaking funny this dude can actually be.
Oh yeah, this dude's hilarious.
Oh my god, the kangaroo kick! I was literally laughing out loud during that segment. It shit made me laugh.
You're hilarious. We then got what is one of the oddest matches that we have gotten in the history of AEW. Um, People are saying that it is the worst match in the history of AEW. But we got or we got Jeff Hardy taking on Jeff Jarrett. We got the double Jeffs, the two Jeffs in a Texas Chainsaw Massacre fight. Now, allegedly, AEW got paid like $200,000 to do this sponsorship for the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. In it, we have Karen Jarrett, we have Sanjay, we have Jay Lethal. Definitely, I don't know if Sanjay was there. We have Satnam Singh. It is just Matt Hardy, Brother Zepp, people covered in blood, Leatherface himself, a very thin Leatherface. So I'm thinking Tony Khan just did a bunch of coke and was like, "I'll be Leatherface. It'll be amazing."
I think he was too. I think he was too tall to be Tony Khan. I think he was a taller
They need
individual.
what they should have done is they should have taken one of the Bronson Bears or whatever their fucking name is, and put them in the Leatherface gimmick. Or you could have just gotten the wrestler Leatherface from New Japan Pro, who they have an active relationship with. But God forbid you actually work in a legitimate person's gimmick into a show. Because there is a wrestler in Japan named Leatherface that has the full mask and the chainsaw. And I know this because I just saw him at the North Carolina convention. In the end, Jeff Jarrett ends up picking up the win in what is one of the weirdest matches I've seen all year.
Agreed. I will definitely agree with that.
Dr. Britt Baker takes on the Bunny to find out who will be getting the fourth spot position in the women's four-way at Wembley Stadium for the AEW Women's Championship, in which I don't know why you'd put the Bunny in there. It's great to see her back on TV. It's great to see her in a match, but Britt Baker picks up the win. A lot of what we get is kind of, set up for what we're getting at Wembley Stadium. The Acclaim take on some jobbers. The Acclaim picked up a quick win only to be ambushed by the House of Black. They are furthering, on this end Collision, they are furthering the storyline of the Acclaimed with the House of Black, but also working in Billy Gunn's retirement. And the more and more that they push this promo, the more and more they do this stuff, the more I just think it's a work of Billy Gunn being retired.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think that they're pushing Billy Gunn to come out of retirement so they can win the 6-man tag or whatever they're calling it, because they're still the they're still the 6-man tag or whatever. And in our main event, we get the Gun Club, the Guns taking on the Bucks in a classic Young Bucks match. High spots, super kick party. The Bucks end up picking the win, EVPs for the win. And that's our main event of Dynamite. A lot of what we get is all set up for what we are going to be getting in Wembley Stadium, because it's going to be, I want to say it's like Juice Hard Robinson and the Gun Club taking on Hangman, Adam Page, and the Bucks.
Bullet Club Gold. Yeah. Club Gold. Yeah.
Well, they're see, the thing is you could say Bullet Club Gold, but they are still differentiating on the Gun Club and Bullet Club Gold. So gotcha. I think the Gun Club is more of an affiliate, because next week it's a tag and they're saying it's Juice Robinson and the Guns. They're not saying it's Bullet Club Gold. They're saying it's Juice Robinson and the Guns. Okay. So, and at Wembley, I might take back my statement, because at Wembley, I believe it is the Bucks versus FTR. They might be swerving. I don't know all of the details, but I believe one of the members of FTR was recently had a warrant or something for aggravated.
It was a road rage incident. He flashed a gun. He's since turned himself in. He's had his hearing, set bail. I literally just saw this today. Saw the video of it today. So yeah.
Wow, there's video.
Yeah.
Nice. I'll have to look that up later. But that was our main event. It's everything is just all setting up for Wembley, which I love. Collision, which I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even watch Rampage. I did watch Collision. Collision opens up with a very weird Samoa Joe going out to take on the Golden Vampire. And before the match can even start, the Golden Vampire jumps Joe, uh, hits him with a
It's
running knee,
it's
hits
the up and comer Golden Vampire.
hits him with a go to sleep, takes his mask off. It is CM Punk. This is setting up for Wembley.
Yeah.
It's going to be CM Punk versus Samoa Joe, which is going to be a great match. Those guys always put on a good one. It's weird what they're doing with Punk. I like that they're just primarily keeping him on Collision. That was probably part of the contract of him coming back to keep him away from certain people. I don't
I would
know.
imagine so, yeah.
In a super fun in what is our actual opening match, it's a great back and forth. It's Jay White of Bullet Club Gold taking on Dalton Castle. I love Dalton Castle. Everything he does with the boys. Boys, it's time. I love just Dalton Castle is so much fun. And it is a great back and forth. Two former Ring of Honor champions going at it. In the end, though, Jay White does end up picking up the win, having more people out there of the Guns and Juice Robinson going on out, whereas Dalton only has the boys. With that, we get a promo from, and see, here's where it's weird. They say we get a promo from Bullet Club Gold, in which Jay speaks, Juice speaks, and then they're like, Guns, tell them what's up. So once again, it's that separation. But we end up getting Juice Robinson and the Guns taking on a debuting team of the Iron Savages, and that is Bear Bronson and Bear Reed, or whatever their names were. They were Bear Country, I think, with a new third person. It's just a bunch of guys, and they're Iron Savages. It's like Otis, just like kind of got bigger and bulkier and split into three. Bullet Club Gold of Juice Robinson and the Guns picking up the win. Ricky Starks, we get a promo from Ricky Starks, in which there was a jobber out there and he beat him with a belt and affiliated himself with Big Bill.
Because he's suspended from ring activity for 28 days, and he's using
Probably
that
from
suspension.
his
Yeah,
attack on Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
yeah, yeah. So he's using a loophole. So he's now a manager of Big Bill.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's weird. We get a great back and forth between Willow and Diamante. We have a building storyline of Diamante and Mercedes Martinez aligning themselves as a team. Willow coming to the aid of Chris Statlander coming to the aid of Willow.
I really do like the Diamante and Mercedes Martinez combination.
It's a great combination.
It really is.
Both of those women are really great in the ring. I am a big Mercedes Martinez
Oh,
fan.
me too. Me too.
I
The
I,
girl can
I
go.
I've seen her wrestle live at indie shows in Los Angeles. So like, I'm a big Mercedes fan all around. But with Willow taking on Diamante, with both a run-in from Mercedes Martinez and
Mhm.
Chris Statlander, Willow ends up picking up the win against Diamante. We have Powerhouse Hobbs coming back. Powerhouse
Powerhouse.
taking on a guy who I believe his name was just Kevin.
It was something like that. Yeah.
Of course, Powerhouse Hobbs picks up the win. Kevin did give him a little bit of a run for his money. Kevin was a
He
very
slapped him. He slapped the shit out of him.
very
Yeah.
large tattooed gentleman.
Yeah.
And in our main event, we get one of my favorite angles that they are doing right now of
Don't
Luchasaurus
don't
winning.
forget don't forget there was also after that match Miro was on the screen
Oh, I'm
basically
not gonna.
challenge.
I fast forwarded right through that.
Oh really? Not a Miro fan?
It's not that I'm. They've been doing nothing with Miro, so until they actually have him doing something of relevance, I don't particularly care.
It looks like him and Hobbs are about to be in a big
So until they do
promo.
something with him relative, I just don't
That's cool. I
care.
got you.
I
Got you.
Miro deserves better than Powerhouse.
He does.
Let him go on a run for the TNT. I know they're doing, and that's really what we're leading up to. Is one of the favorite angles that they've been doing, which is Luchasaurus winning the TNT championship, and then Christian Cage just being like, "Nope, it's mine." So Christian Cage defends the TNT championship against Derpy Allen. I love that Christian's ring gear is a turtleneck.
Yeah. And with sleeves, with cut off sleeves. It's a
Yeah,
turtleneck with
it's
cut off
it's
sleeves.
it's
Yeah.
so good. It's so good. I love it so much. Um, and with that, Christian Cage ends up picking up the win, of course, because Derpy did
No, he lost.
well,
He
Derpy didn't
lost.
win.
He lost, and then Christian. Uh, there was about to be an interview with Tony Schiavone, and then Christian jumps Derpy again, beats him down, pins him, and makes Tony Schiavone count the one, two,
See,
three.
that's what I saw. That's what I saw. Is I saw the 1, 2, 3. I had to walk away for a second, so I just walked back thinking that Christian was naturally the winner. What
Gotcha.
they should be doing, the best is someone pinning Christian and then Christian being like, "I'm not the champion."
I think that's what. I
Luchasaurus
think that.
is the champion.
Well, that's basically what happened. Like Christian lost, but championship didn't change hands.
Sure,
So
sure.
yeah,
Either way, I'm not. I there are some things, as I have clearly stated before, I really don't care what Derpy does. So I half-ass pay attention to that. Other than that, that was our main event of Collision.
I
Um,
gotcha.
and it was
Do
fun.
you
It was
have a
quite fun.
match of the week?
I really don't. If I had to pick one, I'd probably just pick Jay White versus Dalton Castle. That was just a fun one for me.
I'm gonna go
Edge
Orange Cassidy
Sheamus.
versus no
Oh,
Orange Cassidy. I'm going Orange Cassidy versus Willa Yuta.
that was a
That was a
good. No,
really
that
good
was
match.
also a good one. I'm still gonna go with White and Castle.
I got you.
White
I got you.
Castle.
All right, Steve. Where can people find you on your podcast, sir?
That's the last podcast you'd want. We just put out an episode after being away for like 2 months. It's right there. Tip the veal, try the staff. It's the last podcast you'd want. Thank you all for coming. And if you didn't, better luck next time.
All right, guys, make sure you check out Back to the Retro Review. That is the sister channel of the Mod Squad Network, where I review movies from the 80s and 90s with this guy right here. Also, check out the Daily Dank if you're into cannabis and cannabis entertainment. Go check that out. Make sure you check out the other shows here on the Mod Squad Network. You're listening and watching the wrestling show. Make sure you check out Movie Talk Monday, the horror show, and the gamer show, and we go live every Saturday night with a giveaway. All right, I do believe that does it for this episode of the Mod Squad Network's Layeth the Squad Down. So for Steve, I am Kevin saying thank you for being a friend, everybody.
Genetic jackhammer.